Me and my son Mana, we both do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. That's been at Glebe Brothers Jiu-Jitsu on the Gold Coast under Professor Fabio. And I too also train there too. We've had a chance to compete. So we competed at the Sunshine Coast side by side. We've done it before, but for me personally, it's a very special time for me. Yeah, I love it.
It's time for us to start talking the real, man.
I just wanna live my life, but I keep on hearing about nonsense. Me and my dons ain't mobsters, but you know when you see imposters, we know how to read them.
Me and Lauren Gollings, who's also another coach that's here, and also on the fight team, we got offered some obviously last minute fights.
People wanna talk that talk in reality. You have not seen me in action. You think the come up comes overnight. You ain't behind the scenes. Trust me, these things don't just happen. No shade at Gerald, but G's don't come easy when you tryna eat out producing and rapping. I read that contract you sent me to sign, but excuse me, I can't.
Working out at these two burly gyms just isn't working out. Council slapping them with notices to close their doors over a zoning dispute, never realising he was breaking the rules.
I'm only a small business, do you know what I mean? So to try and kick me out over Christmas, yeah, I just thought it was a bit of a bad go, that one.
Both gyms are operating in an industrial estate zoned medium impact. The city plan requires a development application to be lodged so the council can assess the impact of things like traffic, noise and car parking. Council says it has worked with both businesses extensively, but both have failed to comply within the required time frame. Nick Kelly, 9 Gold Coast News.
Yeah, so after the disappointment of our fights getting, ripped off, to say the least, even with visible evidence and everything like that, we still had to carry on. The show must still go on, and we still got to keep on improving, getting better, and continuing on. So that's what we did. The crew that we had, which was Mikey, Epinesa, Benny, and Lauren too. So that was at the Croatian Club. It was, I have to say, it was a bit of a rough night for us. But we all fought, everyone fought well, definitely fought well. Especially with the crew, I definitely thought there was a few tough decisions with that one. I thought Mikey edged his fight out, but wasn't to be. Also too, I thought Loz actually sort of pulled back a draw, to be honest. So that was a bit dodgy. I was really disappointed in that. Like, she definitely, was under the onslaught when it came to the first round, and halfway through to the second. Until she started obviously getting her way back in, but then she visibly, like, without a doubt, dropped her, which should have been the point. Yeah, there should have been an easy point for that round. Either bringing it back even. But the ref ignored the corners, didn't give her the knockdown. So yeah, I don't know what happened there. So it's hard to tell, man. Like, when you're starting to get like these close calls not going your way, you're starting to think that it's probably a lot more personal with whether it's our gym, what we look like. I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, so it was a rough night that way. Disappointing with that again. I do think people should be held accountable. Judges should be held accountable for that. It's not the fighter's fault, definitely not the promoter's fault, but judges should be held accountable for blatant decisions like that have gone wrong. There's a lot of effort that goes into trying to get that moment, and especially with us, we do what we can to train as hard as we can for those moments. But I personally was proud of the whole team. Epinesa and Benny come up short, but they went against opponents that were obviously much more experienced. But we wanted that. Like, we didn't get a lot of chances to get the opponents that we wanted. Everyone had trained hard enough. So, and I was pretty confident that most of the crew could, punch above their weight. So they were down. So I was down too. So they went in, they fought well, they just come up short. Yeah, so we'll definitely learn from that and carry on. Feel a bit hard done by when it came to Mikey's and definitely Lauren's one again. So, but yeah, it is what it is, and we just got to get better and better. So that's what's up.
Instincts going no, looking bad like a bat with an eye patch. All black through the woods with a backpack and a lit match. Spark one time, get the whole city looking like a dark shade of orange when I burn it down. But it is what it do, whole clique getting live in the talk of the town. If a city had a mouth, then it wouldn't shut up. On a hunt for a crown, when they get it, I'ma burn it, cause nobody in the game right now even deserve it. What I need a crown for anyway, I shot at my halo the way that I made a penny turn to gold. And a penny for your thoughts, I bet a penny for your soul. You know you want the riches and the money and the fame, so take a bite of the fruit if you choose. Let the juice drip down, then away to a pie full of gold. In a house about a lake, 10 holes on the grapes, new clothes, and a row full of J's and a lemon in the garage. Looking like a zoo in here, whole crew in here. What it do in here? Think I lost my mind. Loose screw in here, then I walk out sight. And everybody looking at me while I got them all in my sights. Picking them off, taking them out, looking like daylight in the night. And I'm killing so many if they really wanna get involved. And everybody fall off in the elevator, now I'm Bray Rice in this. It's like I'm rice and take a bite, it's nice and I have a nice time with it. By the time that it finds the way to the right side of him, not even a Heimlich can save him. I select the finger to you imbeciles. Tell me what's been getting into you, envy will kill you. She said I'm a gentleman, I admit a lot of women set up on my ottoman. I don't give a damn like an auto with no time to kill. I've been feeling like the opposite of work, it's a work and it never been a purpose thing to me. I just do what I love and it works for me. So I'm freaking every check, I put the money in the push, and to be gunning to the finish and the getting of it, but everybody know I'm working in the I do it.
Yeah, I mean, like there's been a lot happening, you know, beginning with the fights and obviously a lot of stuff going on in and around the gym, and yeah, so I had some goals that I wanted to try to achieve, especially knowing my background with all the things I've sort of tried to get through, you know, from the heart surgery and all that sort of type of stuff, injuries. So for me personally, to get back to competition was a personal thing of mine. Having that other fight and that, you know, that's obviously getting denied. You know, it was a tough pill to swallow. So I took up a last-minute fight at Jacobs Well because I felt sweet. So I wasn't hurt none from any other fights. And yeah, so it was good. So straight back into it. And me and Epinesa went back to back. So she had her fight, and man, that was cool. The best thing was just to get back straight in and go straight away, and this is actually exactly what she did. And I did the same. We went up there, and it was a great day for both of us.
People wanna talk that talk in reality. You have not seen me in action. You think the come up comes overnight. You ain't behind the scenes. Trust me, these things don't just happen. No shade at Gerald, but G's don't come easy when you tryna eat out producing and rapping. I read that contract you sent me to sign, but excuse me, I can't help myself, I'm just laughing. Hey, you tryna cut out a piece of my pie, and I asked you politely, what's it that you offer me? Yeah, I produce all my own beats, and I have no intention of losing my publisher. Yeah, independent individual, boy, I've been eating off passive residuals. Yeah, let's be professional. Thanks for your time, but I had to decline at that principle. I've been scheming up a plan, hey. I've been saving all I can, hey. You could call me David Ramsey. The way I handle these bands, hey. We ain't messing with the old model. New era, new kid, we full throttle. Just know that the come up is not a flaw. My amigos, they focus, know what to do. After I get it, I reinvest. After I get it, I reinvest. After I get it, I reinvest. Stack and put it back in it. After I get it, I reinvest. After I get it, I reinvest. After I get it, I reinvest. Stack and put it back in it.
Yeah. So obviously there's been a dispute with the council and the area where my gym is at. The areas where my gym is at, and obviously mounting pressure has been put on me from the council to move. So if anybody knows about this sort of stuff, it's definitely not cheap. It's definitely not cheap to pick up a gym and go somewhere else. Plus, you know, you got to reset that up. You got to move it. I got to find a spot, and then you know, so it's like, besides being like having to move from somewhere where you've been well established for, you know, she's easily over 6 years. You know, it's a pretty hard pill to swallow, especially straight after, you know, the pandemic. Like, you know, I barely survived through the pandemic when it came to that. So to do this, to get this sort of shit happen is hard. It is definitely hard. And to try and pull that type of money out my ass is like, that's another crazy feat that I have to try and do too. But not to say that I've given up on it, which I never will. I just got to think of a way to be able to change the place, find a place, and do it within the required time, so I don't get these, you know, I've been getting enforcement notices and shit like that to move, even though, you know, fucking, yeah, sure there's worse, people doing worse out there than what I'm doing, but yeah, so I get these enforcement notices and, you know, whatever, a couple of 100,000 or whatever it is, they're gonna fucking fine me if I don't move and stuff, so, but yeah, so these like that, and then obviously to try and keep a smiley face every day and, yeah, and all, you know, try and keep, like, act like it's all good, you know, it can be pretty hard, but I'll figure something out. Anyway, I've got to find that money, I've got to move the place, and I've got to somehow make it better than this place so that I can, you know, I don't know, just feel like I'm moving forward.